Welcome to the Cager. I always forget they have a different name, okay? Welcome to the Cager's Chess Championship, where 8 players face off in a bunch of different chess variants and maybe some regular chess to crown a winner of the 3rd ever Cager's Chess Championship. For round 1, we will start off with Derby Chess, which is a very fun game mode where the goal is to checkmate the king and you only have knights and pawns. It looks pretty fun. All time controls are going to be 3+2. Round 2 is going to be a 2v2 matchup between the remaining 4 people. It is going to be 2v2 Bughouse, where if you capture your opponent's piece, your teammate gets to place it down on the board. Now, the way that's going to work is there's going to be 2 rounds of 2v2 Bughouse, and teammates are going to swap in between the rounds. So first round, 2 people are going to win, 2 people are going to lose. The second round, 2 people are going to win, 2 people are going to lose. But what that means is that one person is going to have 2 wins, one person is going to have 2 losses, and 2 people are going to have 1 win, 1 loss. The person with 2 wins will go straight to the championship. The person with 2 losses will be eliminated from the tournament. The 2 people with 1 win, 1 loss, they will fight in a head-to-head to try to be put into the championship and to compete. And then the championship, round 4, will be a best of 5 variant matchup where I have a wheel with around 25 different variants that will decide what games y'all play. First round should have been normal chess. I have tried that before. It could still totally be normal chess. If y'all want to do normal chess, that would be okay. I can try to get the... I'm also happy with Derby chess. It could be behind the mirror. Behind the mirror is on there. It's really up to y'all. Normal chess. Okay, we'll do 3+2 blitz. So let me go ahead. Then scratch that. Round 1 is gonna be 3+2. Okay. I know Derby. I vote for normal. Okay, so that's 3-2 votes. Then I guess round 1, I'm actually more comfortable with regular chess. Honestly, it gives a lot of people a more fair playing field. So here we go. And I can match it up on ELO as well, so it would be good. All right, welcome to round 1, 3+2 chess. Where should I go to start playing the tournament? Y'all are going to be inviting each other to these games, and I'm going to be spectating. Hello, my local account. Hi. You like that. But it's going to be Luffy for GMasta for Rapid 3+2. Because GMasta is about 1,000 Rapid. Luffy is only about 800. So, all right, let's go ahead and get the game set up. Of the Cager Chess Championship has begun. They are off to a good start. We have D4. D4. I guess we had a Queen's Gambit or Semi-Slav exchange. No, we had a Karo Khan exchange. Okay, and we are here. Castles by Luffy. Right now, Luffy is absolutely the underdog. He's been the underdog in virtually every championship, but he has had his fights, you know? Okay, developing the knight. So far, perfect play by GMasta. I have no complaints whatsoever. Great play. Kicking out the bishop, making it make a decision. You can recapture with the queen. Lovely. You gotta be cautious about this pawn, though, if too many pieces start building up on it. I believe for the black side, looking for this critical pawn break, but that's maybe not what it is, actually. All right, fix your overlay. Oh my god, you're so right. I apologize. Let me actually, I do have to fix my overlay. That's annoying how that does that, frankly. Thank you for reminding me, actually. All right. We should be good. Lovely. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder me. Yeah, I know. They're good now. Thank you for reminding me that. Sometimes it gets a little bit wonky, but we're good. My overlay has been fixed. Thank you for telling me that. If anything stands out, let me know. So developing the queen out to b6. This feels like kind of like a one mover. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't even like prevent this pawn. Well, it does kind of prevent the pawn from being pushed. Okay, so the bishop is getting kicked out. Gonna have to retreat. There's no real option. Or capture. Capturing also works. Personally, I would have kept the bishop on the board. Now this pawn, this b2 pawn is weak. Will Luffy notice? And he does. But at the same time, this does also weaken the knight on c3, which can absolutely become a trap. I imagine probably one of the best moves here would be c5 or developing one of their rooks to the semi-open files. I guess this is a semi-open file, but it's close enough, you know, to support this pawn push, because his pawns are kind of aiming in this general direction, and that's the best. And if you can break up this structure. Okay, developing, this is kind of the move that I thought would happen, putting immediate pressure on the knight. The knight either has to move or get defended. But you got to be cautious. Oh, counterattack, hitting the bishop. Now you can actually start getting your own pawn play down the side of the board. Okay. It's virtually anyone's game. Now, the thing about blitz, which I know I am bad at, is you really do have to manage your clock well. You cannot be spending 10 to 15 seconds every single move to make a decision. And Black has been doing that so far. In the last 3 moves, they've spent a total of a minute. They've spent a third of their time in the last 3 moves, you know? To be fair, it's 3+2. You do get time back, but if you're spending more time than you're gaining, like that was a 35-second decision to move the knight back. I don't know if that's correct. That's very interesting. Going bishop to c1. Okay. Now trying to break open with c5. 3+2, you never run out of time. You can. you still have to manage your time somewhat well though. You know? Alright, going for that pawn break. The bishop is almost trapped, actually, which is wild to see. Now, b4, probably the critical move, but I actually really do not know, you know? We will see. Found a tactic? I don't know. Like, if you push, take, you can take back, and then I imagine Luffy is trying to... Damn. Okay, Luffy is playing incredibly well. But this pawn does hang currently at the moment. But I'm not sure if you can really even take it. Okay, takes first. Recaptures with the bishop. Now this pawn is hanging. Yeah, takes. Now you can't actually slide over because you got to remember about this knight. This knight is currently like hanging very badly. And Black is honestly taking control here because this pawn is hanging and this knight is hanging. And you cannot defend both. Well, you can defend both with like a move. No, you can't. This pawn will fall. Wow, and another pawn will fall. Hopefully, if they see it. And then maybe another pawn on the way if you can bring your rooks to start putting pressure on these open files. Okay. Takes another pawn. But you gotta remember, time control is a very big issue. Hopefully Giamasta can start playing a little bit quicker. But, I mean, Luffy is slowing down himself. Now going for checkmate on g7. Will Giamasta blunder checkmate in 1? It is very, very possible. I don't think that works currently. But honestly, moves like f6, trying to build in the center, are very plausible. f6 is played, which is defended by 2 pawns, so there isn't actually any discovery or any pins. I apologize for me being a little bit under the weather. Allergies suck when the weather is going everywhere. And hits the bishop. Perfect play by Black, following the strategy. But notice how they are down to 31 seconds. That can get very damning very quickly. Slides the bishop out of the way, but that's a blunder of a bishop. Will Black notice that this bishop is just completely hanging? And he does. Luffy losing another piece. Well, not another piece, but more material than normal. Takes the pawn. This pawn is hanging. Now, the knight either needs to move, probably either drop back. You have 18 seconds. You just need to start speeding up your decision making. White now should be just playing as fast as they possibly can, bringing both the rooks to the open file. Going after the knight, just a quick one mover, but time is running low. Doubles the rooks on the open file. Okay. This will be interesting. Wow. Black down to 8.6 seconds. They do get 2 seconds bonus time every time they make a move, but that is only so much. Going for a counterattack on the queen. Black is going to have to start playing rapidly. They do not have a choice. Probably could have actually taken the pawn there. I don't know why they chose not to. The pawn is still hanging. Oh my god, that was... Okay. I forgot that the queen is also protecting this. Okay, so this pawn, yeah, the pawn hangs. Awesome. Black's still low on time, but they can stay Did they miss a free queen there? I think they did, right? I don't know. Loses the knight in one move. Oh no. With a check. Oh, black almost ran completely out of time. 2.2 seconds. Time is becoming a critical issue for black, and that's going to be game. Black running out of time. What a tragic ending. Oh man. And Luffy moves on to the next round. What? What do you mean you blundered, dog? What are you talking about? You just won the round. All right. And we will go back to the round 1 home screen. But GG's, GM Luffy. Well played, GM Asta. You fought your hardest, and it is okay. GM Asta, you have been eliminated. Thank you for participating in the Cager Chess Championship. Okay, so it will actually be Derpole versus. So it will be Derpole versus Greep. Oh, I just opened up Discord. I don't know why I did that. Okay, Derpole versus Greep. That is the challenge. Oh. And it is 3-2. All right, the game has started. All right. I wish both competitors the best of luck. Off to a lightning start. I'm going to watch this from the black perspective. Absolutely blitzing out all of the moves. With Derpole playing a Sicilian defense. And white playing some sort of Sicilian. I don't know what it's called. Personally, my money is on Derpole. I have full faith and credit in him. It will be legendary. Derpole using his first big think of the round. Probably best to either develop the knight here. That can get hit by a pawn, so maybe not. It is very difficult. You could try to put 2 pawns in the center. Maybe develop your bishop out. I really do not know. What the hell is derpy chess? It's derby chess. And he can explain it. Joe. What is Joe? Develops the bishop out. Now, probably the next move is developing developing the other bishop. And then maybe you can even try to go for some pawn breaks. I do not know, actually. This is a difficult position. How's it going, Barrett? Damn, I've been Joe Mahmoud. All right. All right, develops with h6, kind of preventing any piece from ever reaching the g5 square. Then developing the bishop probably to the most active spot, really supporting the e5 push. I imagine moves like this could actually be totally fine here, kind of preventing anything from this push happening. So I'm thinking d6 is probably the best move. Now going for trying to set up some sacrifices if black's idea were to castle over here. But I imagine either develop the queen, castle long, or try to develop the knight. Ooh, this is also a critical move. Yeah. No, e5 is definitely the best move of the position. I shouldn't even be talking about anything else. Granted, it does give holes for the white knight to jump in on d5. It does significantly weaken the d5 square, but it's kind of very much needed here. All nice. Feels a little bad missing the championship. It is a-okay. We will have another. The bishop drops back to g3. The knight jumps in on d3 as well. d4. fxc4. Okay. Exchange happens in the center. Knight drops back to e2. Probably to promote an f4 push. And f4 actually seems like it could be very well. Pushes the pawn in the center. As soon as the knight moves in. Granted, I would be worried. I'd be a little bit worried to trade pawns in the center while your king is still standing right here, you know? You don't really want to open up that center with your king still here. But then again, you have very easy moves here. I really do like how black kind of transitioned the position into more advantageous for them. They were very close just a few moves ago, but now they're really starting to open up. But critically, I think, okay, so capturing here, I'm okay with that. Now, it could be a little bit worrisome. Okay, wow, pushes the pawn. That is now a passed pawn on d3, but gets immediately attacked. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let me refresh. I apologize. All right. I love this pin. I love this pin. That is a very clever idea, but imagine a move like H this. H4 might work, but because just think. All right, so the rook develops, also putting more pressure on the pawn. Okay. Now castling, I think I would just castle, or takes. Takes is also fine, but you need to get castled eventually. But now there's more sacrifices ideas where this rook can immediately come and play a part. So if like castles, I wouldn't even be shocked if taking is the best idea. Because that can TheCager, let's have a deep Q&A if you can. Perhaps. We can in a moment. Or after the tournament. The greatest tournament of all chess. Alright. Derpole using a significant chunk of his time. Now, I would not be surprised if white tries to sacrifice a piece here and then slide over with check, or just win a pawn. That's also totally fair, you know? Winning a pawn is also just kind of critically the best idea. Like, black is really feeling the heat now because this rook has a very natural square, putting immediate pressure, or just a straight up pin. Defending like this, which I do appreciate this move, but now putting PP on the PP defends. But now if you just put one more piece defending, it's gonna get very dicey very quickly. Luffy, I think you played fantastic. All right, putting more pressure on the pawn. You have to defend it with your queen now, but once you add one more piece, you can't really, well, you gotta be cautious about your bishop. You can't lose that. Slides over with this king. That's very interesting, actually. I would be nervous as hell to do that. You could even bring your queen here, utilizing the pin, and then maybe slide over and try to put pressure on this pawn. I do not know. I don't know what the optimal play is, but all I know is that black does need to manage their time better. Because if you saw in the last game, they ran out of time. Time became a very serious issue, and when you're low on time, you're gonna make mistakes. You know. What is one thing you... Well, I'm not going to answer that question right now, Barrett. I got to commentate. Okay, now I wouldn't be surprised if rook to f3, trying to utilize a double pin. Neither, if rook to f3 and then is able to take on g6, neither of these pieces would be able to capture back. Oh, man. Why would he pin the knight? Because it's just PP on the PP, mate. Put pressure on the pin piece. Why would he self-pin? You mean as black? Sliding over? This is a very questionable... Okay, so putting more pressure on the knight. But imagine you just bring your queen, and then there's no issue. There's really no longer a problem you take with the rook. And there's no strategy. Every piece is going to get traded here. Is that what you want? I would even be cautious about this, because the king would be more active. Oh, man, getting down into time trouble. You have to be cautious here. Oh! Loses a pawn on h6. But I don't think that's going to change things. I mean, you're down 2 pawns now. This is absolutely winning for white. But you just need to convert it properly. If every piece gets traded, white will win with advantage of 2 pawns in a king and pawn endgame. Slides back. You just got to be very cautious that you don't blunder anything. Going for a pawn break on the side of the board. On the queen side. Trades occur. But after these trades, oh, takes this pawn. Okay. You have to be very cautious. Whoa, going for tactics. But that's not going to work. The pawn is defended. Hopefully black notices this. No! Black blunders the queen! Derpole, no! RIP. Yeah, there's a 2-second increment. And Derpole has fallen. Greep 12 will move on to the next round. GG's. It was a great hard fought match. But a player does have to lose. Whether it's your favorite, it doesn't matter. They are going home. Derpole, thank you for coming out. It was a fantastic game. But sadly, you have been eliminated. All right. Greep, moving on to the next round. This is our next matchup. Zigzee versus King X E4. The next matchup after this will be fair is fair versus Hijilp. And then we'll go on to round 2. But it'll be Zigzy versus King XE4. This is the fairest matchup based off of the elos, okay? It's not unfair. You're the second highest rated person here. Because you're the second highest rated, King XE4. Love Luffy, everyone's gonna play in the second round. It's a 2v2. Alright. You're the second highest rated in this tournament. I wish you the best. You're only 100 elo. You wish that were true. We shall begin. Game 3. We have an open Sicilian. We'll see how it goes from this. Open Sicilian. Knights in the middle with an inclusion of e5. Now, Zigzy is by far the favorite in this. He is a blitz god, and I have never beaten this man. I've battled him several times in many different game modes, and I've never won. All right. CPL, on the other hand, I have beaten him in Duck Chess, which is a proud achievement of mine. Just to flex it a little bit. Okay, so doubling the pawns. These are double isolated pawns, and I'll be very cautious about allowing this. That's also actually blundering 2 pawns. Because if you go take, you have to take with a rook, actually. All right. Playing b6 to develop the bishop, and the pawn gets pushed. Now, this pawn is going to become a weakness, so you probably need to defend it more sooner than later. All right, the bishop gets kicked out. I imagine just drop it back. I don't believe taking would be appropriate here. Green Shark, what's up? You say Zigzy is mid. You're cooked. All right. You just tried Derby Chess. Did you like it, Hijil? All right. Queen develops to d6. All right. There's a lot of options in this position, but I would be cautious about losing this pawn. Brings a queen out over... Okay. Takes, takes, takes. Takes, 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 and takes. Lovely. Now, this is putting actually immense pressure on this knight. So a move like rook to d1 could be very advantageous, but I wouldn't be surprised with a move, probably developing the rook to the c file. I feel like is very, very simple, very appropriate here. But you do have to be cautious about the queen getting stuck anywhere. Yeah, no, he has 24-01 blitz, but yeah. Rook to c8 has been played. Both players managing their time very well. I know that was an issue in the previous games, but they're doing their justice. I know this is a very heated rivalry with King XE4. Wow, going for this pawn break. This is actually a very critically timed move. This is a good move. Even though it can get shut down like this, I wouldn't be surprised if the bishop sacrifices there. Take, take, and then try to push this pawn. You have a lot of ideas. Oh man. All right. Zigzy and King XE4 are the goats of the channel, but CPL, the #1 goat. So bishop slides over, hitting the rook, which is, wow, just ignoring the pressure and the threat. Now mate is threatened. Oh, this can get very bad, actually. How does black defend this? Mate is threatened. You can't take, you can't push. Well, you can, you can go 2, but then you sacrifice. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Manages to defend. This is the only move in the position. Holy. This is getting actually very interesting. Yeah, Queen F8 is the only move. I know there has to be something here to win. Oh man. Rook slides up, trying to continue the attack and move out of the way of the bishop attack from the bishop on a6. There has to be something. Zigzy now on the defensive side, which is a complete change of pace. Normally, he is the one aggressively attacking, but oh man. And this knight is also fairly weak. If another piece can be put onto the pressure, like a move like this could be very interesting. I don't think it works necessarily, but oh man. All right. Yeah, dude. Oh, with the skewer. A move I actually did not see. Oh, shit. TheCager, what about knight to e7? What do you, I don't. Yeah, bring in the other rook. And now both rooks are pinned. I wouldn't be surprised if black just chooses not to take. I'm trying to avoid sneezing right now, so bear with me for a second. So the rook slides down, actually playing more defense over here if the exchange were to happen. All right. See, you always want to hesitate on taking on g7 because that will just give black an umbrella pawn that they can utilize. But I don't know, actually, how good that would be. Yeah, but stay out of chat. Please do not talk about moves in the chat. I please. Exchanges happen. And now both rooks can actually be safe. Getting out of the pin. What a play. What is this song? Ah, that's fine. Okay, sorry. So the bishop drops back, getting out of danger and protecting the pawn. Going for a... Whoa, is this checkmate? Is there any way to stop that? Oh my god. Knight drops back. Oh, but you can take. You can take it. It's checkmate. You can take with the king. I apologize. I apologize. But oh my god, this is getting very close. This is very close to checkmate. Holy cow. There's got to be something for king xe4 here. Going for... Is there any way to stop this? Is this... Oh my goodness. The rook slides out of the way. That's... Oh my goodness. This is very close. You got to be cautious about the back rank checkmate though. Oh man. Oh, this is getting incredibly close. Zigzag fully on the defensive, getting a left for the king, so there aren't no any back rank checkmates. But now you just slide the king out of the way. Holy cow. Just takes a pawn. He thinks his position is fine, but you take with the king. That's the thing. That's the critical idea. Take with the king, and that king is out in safety, and it's going into an endgame. But your pawns are falling. The king can even come forward. Brings the rook back. Does that lose a rook? Oh, oh, I didn't even see this. Sniper bishop. Sniper bishop. Oh, the game is falling apart now for king xe4. What an attack. Oh, man. Dude, what a game. This is bishop coming out of nowhere from a2. What a game. GG's. I want to review this one just real quick because I want to see if king xe4 had any like straight up tactics of winning. Wow. They were plus 4.5 here. They were plus 5. King xe4 absolutely selling, but Zigzag holding on. Oh man, the advantage for king xe4. Wow, look at that. Okay, so the critical move, instead of bringing the rook over, we had to play queen to f5, threaten this checkmate. But I assumed that g6 and the mate is stopped. But then you go rook to g3. So the pawn cannot capture and you can keep on the attack. That's the critical idea. But that's hard to spot, man. Wow. But preside the rook over. And then you had to take. Taking was the correct move. Take. Taking with the queen is not optimal. You needed to go queen to f5. Try to threaten this. Wow. What a game, man. Is that hard to spot, though, Luffy? When you have like a minute and a half on the clock and you're playing in a championship, it's pretty hard. Congratulations, Luffy. Very proud of you, mate. Don't discredit king xe4. He played a phenomenal game. Keeping up the attack fully. But that was a miss. You could not take the knight here. You needed to just take a pawn, actually. You need to just win a pawn, and the material will be equal. Oh, man. All right. So, sorry, king xe4, but you have been taken out. What a game this was. R.I.P. You will be missed, man. You have been eliminated. All right. Now, our final matchup. We have Hijil versus Fair is Fair. This will be amazing. Hijil is rated around 1600. Fair is around 1900, I believe. But this is the last matchup of round 1. All are sending each other challenges, and the game has started. All right. This is the last round. This is the last round, or the last game of the first round. Frankly, this matchup is a little bit uneven now that I'm looking at the Blitz ratings, because Fair is 1944 and Oriokake is 1364, but I've seen crazier stuff happen on this channel. I mean, King X4 had a +5 advantage against a 2400 rated Blitz player. Thank you for the follow. We have now reached 460 followers, which is freaking awesome. All right, developing the queen out like this is very strange. I honestly have not seen this setup by either side before. This is very unique. I don't even know, like, do you just lose this? I don't know. I really can't explain what's happening right now. All I know is that our player, Hijil, is down, you know? The one before this was even unfair, but King XE4 was cooking, man. It's really hard to balance it, if I'm being honest. Especially when the ratings are all over the place. All right, so develops tonight. I would push the pawn. I wouldn't be afraid to go b5. But, I mean, b5 feels like a one mover, but frankly, you do take a lot of space. And you still do have moves like d4 later. I feel like b5 here was a critical move. I could be mistaken, though. Man. Who did I clutch against last championship? Well, I mean, you kind of did win by default a little bit, but you did clutch against, I think, Barat. Yeah, you clutched against Barat. That game was rough. Oh, man. All right, so we have C3 on the board. Both players taking their sweet time. With our last game, the first 15 moves were blitzed out. You if you were the trophy. I do need to do that one. All right. Both players taking their sweet time. Remember, this is 3+2 blitz. So the position has been closed down, which I don't immediately opening it up again. I actually do like D3. Both players playing basically with only their pawns. All right. Pieces are finally getting developed. Castles. The Black King is still a few moves away from safety. I wouldn't even be shocked at take, but I don't think I would do that. Develops the rook into the center, protecting the pawn once more. Another piece is attacking the pawn. I imagine you could just develop your queen. I could be mistaken. Develop your queen like this. All right. Okay. That was the worst fumble I ever did because I forgot the pawn's direction. Barat, there were a lot of mistakes that you made in that game, man. You know, like, you just needed to trade off everything, but I don't know. It's definitely a learning moment, and I imagine the nerves were getting to you. So both players already using a full minute on their clock, down below 2 minutes. Now they do get 2 seconds back every time they make a move, but it can be difficult sometimes to play quicker when with the stakes this high. All right, so the bishop develops e7, and then we have a g3 pawn push, which is fine, but I believe there are probably better moves to make in this position. All you're doing here is really weakening up your light squares. Now, black, I believe, should castle, but I understand that could be scary going into a bunch of pieces, but I do believe that is the best move. An immediate a4 push. Now, Oriokake actually using his time, blitzing out that move in 1.3 seconds. I imagine he's going to start playing significantly faster, developing the knight to the edge of the board, probably to go for b5, attacking the queen and this pawn, and maybe try to slot it in on d6. Oh, man. Okay. Playing rapidly, using the clock as a weapon, which that's what Blitz is all about. You don't need to be great at chess. You just need to play fast. Play fast and semi-accurate, and you're good. Fair is fair, taking his sweet time. Is this going to be an upset based on the clock? Oh my. Oh me, oh my. All right. Fair is fair, below a minute already. Oriokake having that pre-moved. Lovely. Takes. The rook hangs. Oh my goodness. Fair is fumbling. Orikake now with an exchange. Now up in exchange. Takes the pawn. Now the knight is hit. Oh goodness. Dude, this is wild. Oh my god. No. Oh, I thought for a second that there might have been a Greek gift. If this knight ever attempts to move, there can be a Greek gift sacrifice, which would be insane. Insanity. Okay. The queen, all of black's pieces are getting tied together, and Orikake has an entire minute lead on the clock. Oh man. As long as you keep up the pressure, keep up the speed, the game is in your hands. It's your game to lose here. Oh goodness. All right. Playing, okay, so F4 is a very questionable decision, as it does just allow the dark square. It does weaken the dark squares around the king. I probably would have kept that pawn there. Hello, Ramasov. How's it going? So now, Orikake about to move under a minute on the clock, but fair is fair, down to 33 seconds. This is getting very questionable. If you start running low on time, you're going to start panicking. Queen drops back. Mate is shuffling. That is a shuffle move. You don't really know how to approach this, I say. Rook slides over. Another just quick little shuffle move that doesn't change the position. Fair is fair. Now down to 20 seconds. Now below 20 seconds on the clock. Queen slides over. Another rapid move by Orikake. But black with the response of knight to c5. That is a very good square for the knight. Cannot be removed by pawns. It is on an outpost. I imagine knight to b3 might be a follow-up. Wow, okay. Exchanges happen. You can now take... No, you can't. Oh my god, no. Take the rook. Oh man. Pieces are going to come flying off the board. You can take. You can give a check. And then you win the bishop. Oh. And then you take and it's going to lead to checkmate. And there's no way of stopping it. That's going to be game. And fair is fair. The 1944 has fallen. What a upset. A 600-point upset. Oh, man. I tell you, anything can happen in these goddamn tournaments. What a game. Oh. I apologize. Fair is fair. You put up an excellent fight. But sadly, you have been... hold on. I gotta find your, where are you? Shoot. Bear with me. You've been eliminated. And now, we are moving on to round 2. Alright. We're moving on to round 2. Alright. Fantastic. Now, the way we're gonna do this. How to join tournament. The tournament's already playing. Join the Discord. I have been posting announcements for the last week or so, especially in each stream where I'm trying to get at least 8 people. If you're early to some of these tournaments, most of the time there's open spots, but now you can't get in. The tournament is going to be over in a second. Ads, I understand. I'll do an ad dance break before we got to do that. Yeah. Oh my god, did Luffy leave? Dude, you're kidding me. I'm gonna crash out. I'm actually gonna crash out if Luffy left, dude. Oh my god, you're joking. No, oh my god, because he does have school soon. Dude, are you kidding me? Blood. Alright. Oh my god, no. Jump the no! Ugh. You're joking. You're joking. Dude! Come on! This is... Luffy, you son of a... So we're trying to get a 2v2 matchup, right? and there are some things that you have to do to play in the 2v2. And Luffy just left. He's not here any. Luffy's here. I am telling you to invite me again. Oh my god. We're trying to get the game going, okay? Like, legitimately, we're trying to get the game going. And I'm like actually like crashing out, man. And now invite me again. And what sucks is that there's like, God. Two things need to happen. You're in. Cagerman. Oh my god, you're battling? Oh! Oh! Yes! 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 Alright, so we're off to Bug House. I can't really switch between the two, but you can see both games happening. Oh man, it's gonna be a little bit hard to watch, but I will try to annotate or commentate the best I can. I wish now that I see how this looks, I can set it up properly next time I do this 2v2 Bug House. So essentially, if Oreokake were to take this knight, look, a knight shows up on the left side of the board. And now this knight can actually be placed. Now, a simple strategy for black is to wait for the other game to develop. Can we gift each other pieces? No, it's if you capture your opponent's piece, that piece gets sent to your teammate to be placed on the board. And now Zigzy waiting for an opportunity. He could place... I'm not sure what opportunity he's waiting for. He's waiting for more pieces to show up after the game on the right. When this continues, if more pieces are captured, Zigzy wants all the material to work with. Okay, so Zigzy and Luffy are communicating very well, actually. Yeah, he's gonna sack the knight. Oh, wow. Now, I personally do not know how to play Bug House. It is quite confusing, actually. I wish for the next tournament, we will not be doing 2v2 Bug House. It's very hard to watch. Dang, a lot of plays are happening right now. White is waiting. Takes. Gives a check. By placing the knight that his teammate captured. Oh, man. But every tournament, we improve slightly. Is that checkmate? All right. The first round is over. Now, what's difficult about this is that for the next round, what we have to do is Luffy and Oreokake need to switch. Which I am very afraid of asking that. And that's the only way the tournament would work. So you need to do the self-partnering. You need to do the partnering thing again. But Oreokake and Luffy need to switch. Which is a very hard ask because this has been a pain in my ass for like the last half hour. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Yes, we are. We started with 8. We already had 4 rounds of regular Blitz chess that I've commentated and we've gone through and it was very smooth. No issues there. But now, for whatever godforsaken reason, whatever higher power decided to give me issues today, they're here in full force. Okay? You know? Either we eliminate Luffy or I don't know. Okay, then yeah, we're eliminating Luffy. Luffy's gone. So now the 2 players that lost, y'all are gonna play in a 3-2 Blitz. Okay, we're just gonna go with that. Luffy's been eliminated. He's not chatting. I don't have time. Luffy's been eliminated. That's the tournament. No, it's fine. Don't feel guilty. It's a bit scuffed, but we've been at this. So y'all are playing in a 3-2 Blitz. So go set it up, please. Go challenge each other. I beg you. I beg you. Let's get the tournament on the go. Oh my god. I'm not making a video out of this. I don't think I can. What is this? It's a TheCager Chess Championship. It's TheCager Chess Championship. That's what it's trying to be. Bing, bing. Okay. Oh my god, the game has started. Huh. Okay. Okay. The winner of this will go into the championship. I'm losing hair. Okay, so we have a King's Indian defense. Now with e5 playing, which I think is a little bit too early to play e5. I'm not sure if you can get away with it right now. But also, it might be the critical line to play. Okay, so takes. Now the queens are gonna trade, or not trade, but they can see each other. I can't commentate anymore. The application form gonna be more brother, I had 6 people sign up. I needed 8, and it's awful. Okay, well, not awful. Like normally I have more people. I only had 6. So when I started today's stream, I already had to figure that out. I already had to find 2 more people. Hey, we had a 1300 beat a 1950 earlier. All right. We also had Luffy. Like, oh my god. Okay. I haven't had a proper Cager Chess Championship. I have tried every single time. Luffy to deserve more than this, but you know. I mean, he's goated. Okay. I am like tweaking now. Yeah, you timed him out for 300 seconds. Amazing. All right, so castles. Okay, so you gotta be cautious. There's a lot of pawns in the position. The queens are staring at each other. I'm not sure if a trade will happen. Typically, neither side really wants to trade. There could be a huge trade where takes, and then slide the rook over like this. That could be interesting. Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. Sorry to Luffy. You played fantastic. Your game that you won was great. You don't need to ban him. Don't worry, it's fine. Okay, so we have a5 pawn push. I like taking space on the queen side. Queen develops over to b3, putting pressure on the b7 pawn. But also puts it in the line of this. I imagine like there could have been some ideas. Now, the thing about b6 is it does weaken the knight. So if that were ever a case, and also weaken some squares. So now the queen is getting hit. I imagine either drop back the bishop or bring up the queen. I would be against bringing up the queen because then you immediately hit with this. Yeah, drops back the bishop. Good move. Now, there are some strategies here with bringing the queen here. I can't even speak. What am I saying? What happened? What happened? I left to eat? Do you want me to talk about the last 45 minutes? About what happened? I have PTSD now. Gotham Chess fears this analysis. It's great analysis. I can yeah. Okay. I'm trying to see what happened. I mean, you could put a pin on the I can't speak. I can't speak anymore. I genuinely can't speak anymore. I don't know if it's the caffeine or just the cocaine, like the syringe that I injected into my arm like 20 minutes ago. I don't know. Jokes. I shouldn't make drug-related jokes. I apologize too much. Take a nap, bro. Dude, I slept for like 8 hours. I got plenty of sleep. I've been awake for 2. We're fine. But I'm tweaking. What time is it for you, bro? It is 7:11 a.m. I started this at 5:30 a.m. That's when I typically stream. Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m. Right now it's 7:11, you know? Ziggsy, how did he disappear? What do you mean, how did he disappear? He just vanished. All right? He's like the Avatar. Right, as soon as we needed him, he was gone, man. Holy time zone difference. I know a lot of my viewers are actually in an international audience. So this was the pawn, no? Or am I being crazy? Take, and they take with their rook. Oh, Lord. Okay, never mind. I take that back. Satan took him. Yeah, Satan took him with him, apparently. Whoa, that loses a piece. No, it doesn't. Whoa, good tactics, actually. Because takes. Oh, but takes a knight first. The queen falls. Oh my god. Okay, tactics out the ass, removing the defender of the queen. Thought there was a tactic, but now the queen just falls. The game is over, basically. Oh, wow. There's nothing here. The bishop can fall. You can win the bishop back, but you'll still be down 5 points of material. Yeah, it was Luffy who said he had school at 7:10. Yes, that is what happened. Yeah. Got trapped in detention. The queen has fallen. Now, I think the most optimal strategy is to play on time. And then the winner of this will go into the final championship of a best of 5 variant matchup. I have a fun wheel. Man, Yeah, now black, all black has to do is just trade everything, and the position is winning. Protects the bishop by sliding it over to by sliding the queen over to e6. The rook falls. Making progress, but there's not really much else. Wait, earlier, why did you push? What? You could have won the bishop. Wait, why did you push the pawn? The bishop was hanging. You needed to do that. What? Okay, well, now it's significantly worse for you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is completely losing for white. All you can do is hang on and maybe try to play time, but you're down on the clock too. Down on material and on the clock. Damn. That's basically everything. You're cooked. There is nothing you can really do here. If Luffy got abducted by aliens, that sounds like a children's book. Oh man. Or like a weird story arc plot. Okay, so attacking the queen before the knight is protected, kind of an intermezzo. He isn't down the hope though. All we need is cope. Yeah. So the knight needs to move or else it will fall. And I don't think you can lose another piece. I don't think you can lose another piece. Whoa, great analysis. I'm losing my shit, man. Yeah, the knight drops back. That's probably the best move because it also saves the pawn. Okay, but you really don't have much left. Okay, so the queen side's over. I imagine you can't really move the knight because the pawn will fall. I don't know what you do here. Yeah, and you're down on time as well. This is rough. I don't think you would ever want to lose a piece. Well, you can sacrifice things. I lost my queen and I won a game. Yeah, the game will end shortly. Yeah. R.I.P. Brings over the rook, putting PP on the P. Well, that's not even true. Slides the king over. One last ditch effort to defend. But sadly, the game will be over very shortly. Wins a pawn. The knight, none of his pieces can move. Oh man. Black could also trade, yeah. Trade the queen for a rook and a knight, right? I don't think in this position he could have. Okay. Oh, that was, well, I mean, if you take the bishop, he's going to take your rook and you're just going to be down. But okay. White down to 4 seconds. I apologize. But you, sir, will probably be eliminated. Oh, yeah, don't even get me started on my allergies, which have just been abysmal and are making my eyes water right now. That's checkmate. It could have been checkmate. And resigns. GG's. All right. All right. Now, we're moving on to the final match. Hejilp or Greep, it was a pleasure having you, man. But you, sir, have been eliminated. R.I.P. All right. Now we are finally. This will be amazing. All right. So what the championship entails. It's going to be a best of 5 variant matchup. Frankly, Oriokake, you are very much the underdog because Ziggy has been really, he's built different. All right. He won the first tournament that he was in. Granted, this tournament has been very scuffed, but okay. So we will move on to, I need to get the game wheel open. Spin wheel of names. All right. Welcome to the wheel. For the best of 5 matchup, we will see what our first game will be against Hejilp and Ziggy. What is the first game? What will it be? It could be anything. Anything except for Tenno Rapid Chess if it clicks that. All right, we have Mini House. Let's go get it set up. If y'all could go over to the variant section, that would be fantastic. We have Mini House for our first game. Mini House. Welcome to the arena of Mini House. This will be the first game of the best of 5. It will be 3+2. Let me invite the players. All right. This will be the first match of the best of 5. All right. I've invited you. Yeah. Low key, you're gonna get cooked. You're gonna get cooked, man. I wish I could make it more fair, but all right, let's begin. 3, 2, mini house. It is time. It doesn't really, it mostly fits the screen. Hold up, I could probably edit this just a little bit. Here, bang. Look at that. This is one chess game mode. It is one of them. All right, Oreo-kake, I wish you the best of luck. We will see who wins this. Immediately puts a pin on the bishop. Oh, man. I genuinely do not know how to play this, you know? Yeah, it's a hydrogen bomb versus newborn baby. Yes. This is one of, yeah. I have a bunch of variants on that wheel. Probably about close to 25. Immediately takes the rook. I don't know the strategies. And then you push the pawn. What's the promotion square for the pawn in this? I feel like Ziggy just knows the meta. That actually prevents the pawn from pushing, which is crazy, you know? Going for an endgame. Then going after the pawn. Okay. I don't believe the pawn can go up twice. I could be wrong, though. Gives a check. Oh, he's going to win the bishop. I don't know how good that is. Is this a game that's like ends and draws like very regularly? Oh, you're just down material, Ziggy. ¿Por qué? Are you just down material? Are you actually just losing this? You could... Oh my god, you could place pieces. You could place pieces that you lose. Wait, I misremembered the rules. Oh my god, yeah. If you lose a piece, you can place it down, I believe. Wait. Mini house. I haven't played Crazy House. So yeah, if you lose a piece, you can... Oh my god, okay. No, if you capture a piece. Ah, I see. No, I understand. If you capture a piece, you can place it back down. I do understand it now. Yeah. And it is fair, because Oreo-kake played his rook back. So they know what they're doing. Right, if you capture a piece, you can place it back. I completely forgot that was a thing of this. I was just like, tiny chess. But no. Wow, so Ziggy is in a completely crushing position. Basically right now. Goodness, okay. You have no idea what you're doing. So do us. So do us. But this is the thing about variants, is nobody knows what the hell they're doing, all right? And he knows how to play it. He knows the moves, and that's really all you need to do, you know? Wish that we could lose this crowd, baby. It's better this way. Okay. Gives a check with one of his placed bishops. Oh, man. I genuinely... Okay, this is getting intense. Blocks with the knight. But now you can actually give a check with a pawn, I think. You can actually place a pawn here. And that would be pretty damn close to checkmate. That's actually fire. He knows how chess pieces move, and that's all you need for the TheCager Chess Championship. All right. All right. I'm surprised why he's taking his sweet time on this. Oh, man. Can't you just place the pawn to a promote square? That's what I thought as well. But I genuinely do not know. Am I cooked? You might, theoretically, you might be cooked here. He's thinking, though, so you might not be. I don't know why. Like, I'm pretty sure he can just place a pawn here. And that would kind of force the king here. And then you would... Actually, dude, I don't know. Can I play against you? No, this is the TheCager Chess Championship. I'm not taking open challenges. You goober. Maybe I should improve. Maybe I should be improving on my tactics. I'll come again. Good game. Yes. Greep. Absolutely. Do a bunch of puzzles, you know? As you're cooking. But it doesn't really matter. What does that mean? It's Cager's Chess Championship. That's what it means. 8 players entered. And now only 2 remain in a best of 5 variant matchup. This is game 1. And Mini House gives a check. Where will the king go? Oh, man. I don't know what this is. What that is. You don't know what the Cager's Chess Championship is? I am the Cager. And this is my chess championship. Variants are custom little fun games of chess. No? What are your questions? Oh, yes. There you go. You have pieced it together. He's brilliant. Gives a check. Does that not lose the rook? This would be checkmate. If black can place a rook here. Gives a check. Where do you go? You have several moves, several options. Hit! All right. Why not just place 3 queens and be done? Because you have to capture queens. You only can place the pieces that you capture, mate. You have to go out this way? Or not? Okay. Gives a check, maybe? Okay, this is gonna get very interesting. Yeah, I know, it's a fun game mode. Mini House. Now, you have to do you have to be cautious. Oh my god, Oreo Kake down to 13 seconds. Oh, Ziggy's at 3 seconds. I didn't even notice. Oh my god, the time control. I didn't even notice. Ziggy's only at 4 seconds. He has 3 seconds left. He has to make moves quick. He can place a rook. Yo. Oreo Kake with a roaring comeback, actually. I didn't even realize. Forks the rooks. One of the rooks falls. Oh man. Take. What he said, running out of time. Whoa. Gives a check. Blocks with a knight. Takes. Gives another knight check. Comes forward. Oh my god, if you placed a rook here, that might have been game. Takes. Oh, but you have no pieces on the board. How are you going to defend yourself? That's 2 rooks. Is that going to be a ladder checkmate? Check. Has to come up. Oh my god, that's checkmate. No, oh, it's very close to checkmate. Just running away for mercy. Begging. Pleading on his knees. Runs away again. Gives a discovered attack by moving the bishop out of the way. Gives another check. This is anybody's game. It's not anybody's game. It's very clearly Ziggy's in the lead here, but he has to find the checkmate, and I don't know how he's gonna do it. Because remember, Oreo Kake can play a move at any time, or play a piece, one of his pieces at any time. But he no longer has any of the rooks. Ziggy has claimed both of the rooks. Is that gonna be game? Very close to game. You could take the. Oh my god. Loses a knight now. Gives a check. Where are you gonna go? I don't think you have any moves left. Drops the knight back. You can take it. Oh, the rook falls. He gets a rook back. Gives a knight check. Oh my goodness. Gives another check. Is there a checkmate somewhere on the board? Ziggy has to find it in crunch time. Gives another check. And that is checkmate. What an amazing freaking finish, man. All right. Ziggy has taken... What a game. Ziggy has taken game number 1. Surprisingly, a tense game. I know. That was actually very fun. Ziggy has taken game number 1 of the championship round. So now, this is the TheCager Chess Championship. All right. So we go back. Now let's see what the next game will be. All right. Round 2. Zigzy is up 1-0. Best of 5. If Zigzy wins the next 2, he will win it all. I almost gave a free sub, but we have Petrified. Now, I will say Zigzy is going to have a very big advantage here. Petrified is a game mode where if you capture a piece, it turns to stone and you cannot move it. All right? So like this will be very interesting to see how it plays out. If you capture a piece, it turns into stone. Let's get the game set up. I will invite y'all. Give me 1 second. All right. Round 2 of the finale. They are both in. This time, Zigzy will be starting with the white pieces. Let's start. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. I am not rigging the wheel. It is spinning. Yeah, but I did almost give a free sub. That would have been unfortunate. Now, it is mostly just regular chess, except for the fact that it is anything but regular chess. Okay. You'll see it once a piece gets captured. A non-pawn piece, I believe, actually. If a regular piece captures a piece, it turns into stone, I believe. We need to stop this corruption before it's too late. No, you do not. What was the rules? Pieces turn to stone when they capture, except pawns. Kings cannot capture. Win by checkmate or stalemate. Oh, you can win by stalemate. That's actually fire. And if the game ends in a draw, whoever has more points at the time of the draw wins, okay? I was subject to losing like that once. So now if you were to take the knight here, this would turn into stone. It would be immovable. Who wins by stalemate? No, the person who gets stalemated loses. So if you stalemate the enemy, you win. Also, pawns can move sideways. just throwing that in there, by the way. Pawns can move to the left and right. It's very fun. Sorry, wait, to left and right. There, I have to change it for the camera. All right. So the bishop is under fire. Takes the knight. Pawns are actually one of the most powerful pieces in this game. Okay? Because like if he wanted to, like, if you capture this piece, you lose it. And this is just a straight fork. Now the bishop is gone. It is now just stone. Both of these pieces are stone and cannot be moved. They are permanently stuck there as immovable objects. Zigzy, up 1 point of material. Which doesn't fully make sense, but it does. Gives it check. Blocks with the pawn. A very good move by Zigzy. Because you can't take the pawn. If you take the pawn, you lose the queen. It will turn into stone. So you have to move it out of the way. The name of the variation is called Petrified. Petrified. Yes. Actually, I should be able to... Now that I think about it, hold up. Chess variants. Petrified. Yes. There we go. It showed up. Zigzy is just... So I can only take pawns with pawn. Yeah, technically. Theoretically, yes. Oh, man. It's a very fun game mode. I'll be real. Orokake moving his queen back. I really want to see... Pawns can move sideways, by the way. Like, legitimately. This is possible. So it develops a knight to F3. See, it's going to be very difficult. Pawns are the most powerful piece in this game. So you need to get them mobilized very quickly. Castles. See, like for black, even just pushing that pawn forward is good. I think. I don't know. Theoretically, it's good. Castle's long. Very interesting strategy. I don't know how it can be punished or if it will be punished or if anything, but... All right. So pushes h5. Takes. Okay. No! You lose the rook. You have to take with the pawn. You lose the rook. No. See, that's the thing about Petrified. You can't capture pawns. It makes it significantly more difficult. But at the same time, you're only down 1 point of material. So if the game does end in a draw, well, he only needs to win 3. It's best of 5. So it's the first of 3 wins. But it's seemingly like that might happen. Moves the queen over to c6. It's really hard to do notation without, I mean, it's not that difficult, but do notation without the little numbers on the board. Like I'm trying my best. We've gotten better at it since I've started streaming. It's actually incredibly helpful. All right, so the knight develops to g5. Putting pressure on things. Mainly just stopping pawns from moving. Remember, your pawns can go sideways. Look at that. Look at that pawn sideways move. It's beautiful. Oh, man. The queen moves to c4. Putting pressure on the rook. Gives a check. Winning the queen, actually, which is huge. The knight does turn to stone, but that gives Zigzy a lot of points. That gives Zigzy 9 points of material. Slides the rook over. Now it's beginning to become helpless, man. You have to figure it out. You have 4 seconds left. You need to go. Queen drops back. Rook slides over. Oriokake down to 2.7 seconds pre-moving, which is pretty much the only thing he can do. Now attacking the rook. Rook slides back to safety. Oh, but now knight to d5, knight to e5, knight to e7, knight to e6. It's confusing if you've never seen anything like that, and that is checkmate. Wait, por qué? King can't capture. I forgot about that. I forgot that the king cannot capture pieces. Right. What a finish. Felt like a bomb there. Dude, no, this game is... Zigzy kicked my ass when I played against him. Oh, man. But that means Zigzy is up 2-0. Zigzy is up 2-0. He's going to sweep it. He's going to clean sweep the championship. Oh, man. Let's go back to the game wheel. Transition. What will the next... I actually can't believe that wasn't a free sub. What will game 3 and possibly the final game be? I am not going to allow that to happen. We're not playing bullet chess. That is not happening. Or rapid chess. I need to get the normal I want it to be a variant game mode. I apologize. I'm going to get it 2 variants. I have a few non-variants on here. It's not rigged, I swear to God. Wow, it really freaking wants bullet chess, doesn't it? No, I refuse. I'm going to spin this wheel. It was rapid 960. Yes, Zigzy would still cook. All right, do we what is this wheel? What do you mean? There's 25 other things. All right, let's spin it one more time. Oh my God. I swear to God, it's random. I swear to God, it's random. I do not understand this. I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm gonna shuffle everything. Look, I am shuffling everything. Let's spin it. I swear to God. There are clearly some goddamn problems with this wheel. There's no way. Well, we can't do mini house. We've already done mini house. Why? a game. What do you mean? This is a random wheel. There are 25 things on here. Oh my god, okay. We finally have a game. We finally have a game behind the mirror. Now this game is a lot. King XE, this, what the hell? Oh, you're not ready for it, brother. This is actually like a finale of finales. Oh man, let me get it set up. Let me get it set up real quick and I'll invite y'all. Oh my god, dude, how many freaking spins was that? 7 straight? All right. Behind the mirror. It'll be 3+2 still blitz. I'm gonna invite players, exclude me. All right. Get them in. Okay, I've invited both players. This is, are you ready for behind the mirror? What website do you play this on, and is it free? Yeah, it's chess.com, and these are variants. Go to chess variants. All of these game modes are free, by the way. All right. Welcome to Behind the Mirror. So, with Behind the Mirror, notice these kings on the board with a 5 in front of them. If those kings get checked 5 times, they lose. Okay? If you manage to check the opponent, this specific opponent king, there's 2 kings on the board. If you lose one of these kings, it actually doesn't matter. But if you check, if either of these kings get checked 5 times, that player loses the game. So let's begin. Let's begin. We are on to the final round of the TheCager Chess Championship. Round 5. Or the championship match, round 3. All right? Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. I wish both players the best. What is going on, bro? This is Behind the Mirror. All right. A legendary game mode. Could you show me? Oh, you can't do it on your phone. I apologize. It has to be online. It has to be on a laptop. It's virtually whoever can get to the king and check him 5 times first. Zigzy knows some things about it. Oh, man. Yeah. So this could very well be the very last round of the TheCager Chess Championship. And it can be done on phone. You just have to go to Safari or Google. Yeah, you got destroyed by King XE4, who has studied this. He has studied this game. All right. Oreo Kake is not King XE4. Both of y'all have not played this. I do appreciate the effort. Remember, you do have knights on the edge of the board, and you can also shift pieces around to the other side. So common strategy is to bring this other rook or to bring your queen. Bring your queen back, you know? What the hell is this? This is Behind the Mirror. 3-2. Your goal is to check the enemy king 5 times. This specifically the one with the lives on it. You know, if you check the other king 5 times, you're stupid. I don't even think it counts as a check. All right. Bishop develops to this square on 7. Oh, my nose is very itchy. My nose is so itchy. It hurts. The other king cannot get checkmated. No. The goal is to only give that king a check 5 times. Trades the queen, which is very interesting. Because, like, it gives the black pieces more time to develop and start attacking this king. You need all of your pieces on this side of the board. Because now, all of a sudden, this queen is going to come roaring in. And if you get 1 or 2 checks, the game can be decided very quickly. Oh, man. This can get very aggressive. But I do have my money on Zigzy. Because I do think he understands the concept of this game a little bit more. Yeah. Because this bishop is coming in. Bless me, thank me. You're welcome. I apologize. Thank you. Thank you for the bless. Thank you. All right. The pawn is pushing. Oh my god. Oh, my allergies suck. Okay. Pieces are flying. The white king desperately avoiding getting checked because any lives lost is bad. The check on this square 3 is very interesting. But white actually playing this very well. Not gonna lie. He is defending himself very properly. Lashing out. I would be careful. I would be careful about pushing the pawns in front of your king. But if you can remove the black pieces, you can start mounting an attack on the left side of the board. Remember, you could rotate this over. And you need to have space to bring out your rooks. Okay. Also, remember, you can rotate your queen. You can bring it over and start an attack. But Zigzy with the black piece is being relentless right now. White is unexpectedly doing much better. White is defending. White is holding on for dear life. Oh, but you can't take. Oh, you're gonna have to drop back. This could be bad. If those pawns get in and pieces start getting checked, granted, there's only so many checks that they can give. You have to be very cautious. Like, this is gonna be a lost rook, and then this check is also coming. Oh no! Oh no! It's going downhill. Oh, it's going down. With the sliding over the queen, trying to get it on the other side of the board as quickly as possible. Oh, but this is downhill. There's nothing you can do here. Slide the queen over. You're gonna take the rook. That's another queen. The game is gonna end very soon. Oh no! Oh, the king is running. Wait, the king is running over here. I didn't even think that was possible. I forgot. The king is running away. There's virtually no more checks. The king is just gonna keep on running into safety with the knights protecting. I have it. Oh my god, but Oriokaki down to 30 seconds. He's gonna have to go faster. He is running low on time. He's gonna have to start moving rapidly. The bishop falls, but it doesn't actually fall because the queen protects. That's a fun move. Okay. The king now, oh, he's doing the same thing. Yeah. Yo. Hitting the rook. Oh my god. Oh, this is insane. Oriokake's got to go so fast, though. He is down to 15 seconds. This game would be tragic to lose on time. You're going to have to start playing moves rapidly. The king keeps on running. You're going to have to play faster. He marches the king. Oh my goodness. The king is going to be tucked away safely. Oh, look at this. Takes the pawn. I believe pawns can promote. I could be wrong, though. Oh man, this is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, the king is just abandoning his army for himself. Okay. Now this is how behind the mirror is meant to be played. The queen slides over. I don't know why. Why is the queen here? That don't make sense to me. I guess if the bishop ever moved. Oh my god. Oh, this can get dangerous. I imagine take the rook. Oh, brings the queen up. Oh, but that's gonna lead to another check. Oh. Running out of time. Oh, we has two lives left. 2 lives left. And a dream. There are no checks that you can give. It's gonna be very difficult for the. Oh my god. But here. And then another check is unavoidable. But just takes another pawn. The white king has made it all the way around the board, starting from this square. Managed to travel like 15 squares. Oh man. Who thinks of these game modes? I don't know. A genius, apparently. You have to be very cautious about getting your king checked, because any checks are damning. Oh my god, doesn't take the knight. You have to go quick. Oh no. No takes, but that's just another check. And you can't even take back. That's game. That's game. Damn. Congratulations. Congratulations to Zigzy. He is the winner of the TheCager Chess Championship. Here, I'm gonna put his, hold on. Let me do something. Congratulations. Zigzy has won the 3rd ever Cager Chess Championship. He won the first one. He didn't participate in the second one. He won the 3rd one. He has a 100% win rate in these championships. Oh, man. Coming in 2nd place, we have Hijilp. Coming in 3rd place, we have Gleep. Great names. This tournament has been fantastic. Granted, it has its ups and downs. A lot of downs. Oh my god, it was like a slide that never ended. But we got there. What happened in the other two? Yeah, insane run from Zigzy. Absolutely cooking every single game. With no faltering at all. Zigzy. Hijilp tips his hat to you. And so do I. Cheers. What an amazing tournament.